My name is Molly Rawn, and I am running for mayor of Fayetteville, which I never thought I would be saying. It's kind of exciting. So I've lived in Fayetteville for 19 years. It's my home. My husband and I are here. We've raised our children here, or are raising our children here. And I've worked really closely with the city of Fayetteville for the past 8 years. And I've gotten to do some really cool things. I have a wonderful team. We lead Experience Fayetteville, which is the destination marketing organization for the city of Fayetteville. It's actually a component unit of the city, so we are a public entity funded by tax dollars. And it has taught me so much about city government and about building collaboration with local businesses and about just the importance of what cities specifically can do to make residents' lives better. I was born in Paragould, Arkansas. It's in what we call the Upper Delta. It's in Greene County, the northeast part of the state. It takes about 5.5 hours to get there. Both of my parents are from Northeast Arkansas. My entire family's still in Northeast Arkansas, and they were all farmers. Rice, cotton, soybeans, like going back multiple generations, that's what my family did. And my dad decided that he wanted to go to medical school. Nobody in his family had ever been to college. And so he went to medical school, met my mom, who at that time was a nurse. And I lived in Paragould till I was 10. My mother and I moved to Little Rock for 5th grade. And so I grew up there. So felt like both are home in different ways. And then my husband Jeremy and I moved to Fayetteville in 2005, and we've been here ever since. Both of my parents passed away when I was quite young. They were both 51 when they died, and they died on the same weekend, 9 years apart. His death was expected. He had cancer and battled it for about a year, and then my mom died very out of the blue. She had a brain aneurysm. It has had such a tremendous impact on me, and as I get closer and closer to thinking about, I used to think 51 was kind of old, and now it gets younger and younger as I get closer and closer to it. I have 3 children. My oldest is 19. He is a sophomore at the University of Arkansas here in Fayetteville. My middle son is 16, and my daughter is 12, and she is a 7th grader at Woodland. One of the things that I love about Fayetteville is we do have a really active and involved and engaged group of residents. And it's easy sometimes when we see arguments online or we go to council meetings that, drag on for hours. It's easy for us to lose sight of what a great thing that is. And so I don't want Fayetteville to lose that. And I want people who live here to be engaged and involved, and we should care about where our local dollars are going, and we should care about policies made at the local level. So many times when people think about politics, they think about what's going on nationally, and that is critically important, and they should, but they almost think about it in a vacuum and don't think about what happens at the state or the county or the city level. And that's what I want people to start realizing, or even the school board level, that your local representatives oftentimes, are making decisions that impact your daily lives in a really meaningful way. I am excited about Fayetteville's future, and that's something that I feel and I worry that people are losing. I feel like people are worried about Fayetteville. There's this fear that we're losing what makes us special, and that we're losing the Fayetteville that people know and love. And often I think it presents into this false choice. I feel like people have come to believe we can either hang on to the Fayetteville that we once loved and the way our city was, or we can usher in this new thing and accept all this growth and it's gonna be bad. And what I want to offer people is this idea that we can grow and we can evolve and we can change as a city, and sometimes that change is uncomfortable, but it's not bad. We can hang on to what makes Fayetteville Fayetteville. And I do get times of nostalgia. It is a different city than it was when I moved here 20 years ago, and there are things that I miss about the way Fayetteville was then. There are things I miss about myself, from being in my 20s to now. but I'm also really, really excited about our future and what it means and the opportunity we have to shape what our city is going to look like as it grows. So I'm thinking, I'm trying to remind myself to think 10 years out, 20 years out. And that seems daunting and it's hard, but it's critical that we think about that now. I'm running to be your next mayor of Fayetteville, and I really look forward to earning your vote. I understand that these decisions are tough, and they're especially difficult when you perhaps have voted for the same person for so long, or you've grown accustomed to the same leadership for so long, and you're allowed to think about making a different choice. And it doesn't mean that the person you voted for last time, or the time before that, or the time before that, it doesn't mean that that choice was wrong. It just means that now Fayetteville is at a different stage, and it's time for something new. And I would be honored on November 5th if you would cast your vote for Molly Rawn.